You love him, and now we have him at VSiN, the Vegas Stats and Information Network. It helps to be connected, and nobody knows more of the bookies in Las Vegas than Brent Musburger. It's My Guys in the Desert with the legend of the guys behind the counter, broadcasting only on the Vegas Stats and Information Network at vsin.com and SiriusXM Channel 204. Live from the VSiN studios, it's the one and only Brent Musburger.
Well, speaking of our late acquaintance, Burt Reynolds, and the great career he had, he also, by the way, was Lee Corso's roommate at Florida State. And we welcome in another former Nole, Bryant McFadden, who went on to win Super Bowls with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Bryant, welcome, my friend. Were you there when Burt Reynolds came and spoke to the team, as he frequently did?
Yeah, I had many opportunities to see Burt Reynolds and talk to him throughout my time there in Tallahassee. An awesome guy. Of course, he's always known for what he did as an actor. But before he became a famous actor, he was a big-time football player there in Tallahassee. He did a lot. He donated a lot back to the program throughout my time there, and just an unbelievable individual. When you take away all the accolades, he's just a stand-up guy. So it hurt me hearing about that today, but of course, you know, we all have to go sometime, but he lived his life to the fullest.
Yeah, he really did, Bryant. And now we turn our attention to the opening of the NFL season. Before we get to your former team, let me ask you if you have any feelings tonight about the Atlanta Falcons going into Philadelphia. Suddenly they're a favorite at some of the books here in Las Vegas. What's your feeling about the Falcons and the Eagles?
Well, my feeling about this game is that I love the Philadelphia Eagles, and here's why. Having experience winning championships with the Pittsburgh Steelers, knowing how electric that Week 1 ball game will be the following year, that gives me the ideal of knowing the momentum they will have in their favor, and that's the Philadelphia Eagles. So just playing in an emotional ball game, your first time playing in front of your fans since winning that ball game, the Super Bowl the year before, that gives you at least 3.5 points off top, in my opinion. Gotcha. So I'm riding with the Philadelphia Eagles, just knowing how emotional that ball game is. Granted, they will play without Carson Wentz, but Nick Foles, we know he can be a bit inconsistent from time to time. But recent history tells me in big ball games, and this is a big ball game, he plays lights out, not to mention some of the additions they have made to that defense. That front will cause a lot of issues for Matt Ryan and his offense. So I believe, and I know, me personally, just knowing how electric the Lincoln Financial Stadium will be, the link will be, I'm riding with the Eagles. And as of late, I mean, you look at their past 7 Week 1 matchups, they won 6. So they've had real good history in winning Week 1 ball games before winning the Super Bowl. So I like the Eagles.
Brian McFadden, welcome to the right side. Okay, now, my friend, we have to go to your former team and the turmoil. Tell me what you thought, not necessarily about Le'Veon Bell's holdout and not reporting. I was taken by surprise when some of the offensive linemen sent out tweets about how much more money he makes than they do, and saying that he's not thinking about the team. What's your feeling about the blowback by the teammates against Le'Veon in this situation?
I was surprised also, Brent. We don't usually see that when guys are trying to get a new contract or an extension. We didn't see that with the Los Angeles Rams speaking out against Aaron Donald. We didn't see that with the Oakland Raiders, you know, as far as teammates speaking out against Khalil Mack. And granted, their situation is a little different than Le'Veon because Le'Veon currently cannot negotiate a long-term deal because he missed that deadline throughout the summer, but yet they're still holding out. He's trying to stand his ground. And I believe as a teammate, if you have nothing good to say about a current teammate who's going through a business stoppage, as to say the least, because this is all about business, don't say anything at all. I mean, we know he's worth whatever it is he's asking for, and the team has yet to do so, but keep everything in-house. And for me, being a part of the Steelers organization for the majority of my career, that's something we did not tolerate, distractions. And we did not give the media any fuel to add to the fire based on what was already known. So these players, these offensive line, talking about their star running back as if he is not going to report sooner than later, because in my opinion, Brent, I believe he will report this week. I think he will get there no later than Saturday, because if he reports Saturday, guess what? He has an opportunity to cash in on his week one check, which is roughly over $800,000, and I don't see him leaving that on the table. But just imagine how awkward that relationship will be. Not to mention just this week, but going through the season, seeing how his offensive lineman just blasted him in the media.
And Josh, you've got a comment here.
Well, yeah, Brian, I wanted to ask you because these are unprovoked. I mean, we've been in plenty of situations where the media try to push you on the spot and try to get you to say something. And you know, I've done it myself where I've stuck my foot in my mouth when you shouldn't have. And that would be an easy way to get away from knowing that we don't talk about other people's contracts. But, Bryant, these are tweets sent out by the offensive linemen. These are unprovoked. These guys just did this on their own.
Yeah, and that makes me question the relationship between the offensive lineman and Le'Veon Bell. And it also makes me question the relationship and totality as a team. There seemed to be a lack of togetherness, and that has never been the Steeler way. When I played there, we wanted to see every player get paid eventually,
yes,
especially the ones that were deserving of a huge deal. So they gave ammunition for us as media. As the media, they gave us all of this. They gave us things that we weren't even asking for. But it puts now Le'Veon has to eventually communicate and talk with these guys, because at the end of the day, they're all trying to win. But that tells me they either don't like Le'Veon, or they just feel as though they need to do this to put pressure on him into getting into camp. I don't know, but that's something that you don't usually see.
No.
Teammates talking about a current player.
And they have his phone number, so they could have easily have just called him. And I mean, that's the other thing, to go out into the media or go out of social media and say this. And part of me sees it as, I think they recognize that they have a pretty good team and a chance to win, and they need Le'Veon Bell. I mean, let's face it, he's the best running back in the game. And they worked well together. I mean, this offensive line's been awesome. And so I think that they feel they put a lot of work in, that, you know, they've helped him be as good as he is. Maybe he should show up. But once again, you just don't cross that line.
He's helped them been as good.
Exactly.
I mean, a guy that has really changed the dynamics of running backs. He has his own style.
Yes, sir.
You know, he has his own style. It's very, very slow, but it's effective. I mean, this is very, very rare, but this is a big-time distraction. The week of leading up to Cleveland Browns, we're talking about teammates last year instead of the Pittsburgh Steelers getting to the Cleveland Browns.
Bryant, it's Vinny Magliulo. Let me ask you this. So somebody who gets thrust into this whole situation, second-year man James Conner, what in your opinion, what's his mindset going into this, knowing full well that there's a possibility, as you said, that maybe Le'Veon Bell does show up on Saturday?
Well, if he shows up on Saturday, Le'Veon Bell will not participate.
Okay.
This Sunday, regardless. And I had this discussion with a lot of Steeler fans on Twitter. If he showed up on Wednesday, if he shows up on Saturday, it's the same thing. I don't think he would have played if he showed up on Wednesday. And I know if he shows up on Saturday, he's not playing. So for Conner, take advantage of the opportunity. And for me, he should be extremely relaxed, because no one is expecting him to go out and display the production that we've seen Le'Veon Bell display throughout his career there in Pittsburgh. So they're expecting him to really, I guess, give quality, decent production, but no one is expecting him to go out and have an all-pro game. So he should be relaxed, because many people are expecting the minimum from Conner, who's played pretty good football given the opportunities. He's had a real nice camp preseason. He's played well, catch the ball well, but I think he should be relaxed. But he's playing with quality.
All right. So, Bryant, we truly appreciate that, and your thoughts on what has gone on took a lot of us by surprise when the offensive line spoke up. And again, that line has crashed, not necessarily just as a result of this, but because of the way the Cleveland Browns showed up in training camp. It opened with the Steelers favored by 7, and I noted that the Super Contest, it had gone down to 3 and a 5. We'll take a break, come right back, vsin.com, Sirius XM 204.
It's My Guys in the Desert with Brent Musburger, only on the Vegas Stats and Information Network. Keep up to date with everything in the world of sports gaming by going online at vsin.com.